today we are going on a treasure hunt. So I gave myself yesterday 1 hour to find 50 euros. And I ended up finding 859 euros. And then I found some more. So I'm actually a little bit embarrassed about this. I was like, yeah, I know I've got some money lying around, and turns out I've got a lot. So I wanted to take you through it. But before we get there, I want to welcome you to the first Money Playground Playdate. And what this is all about, it's where money and curiosity and connection all meet. And what I want to do is every week I want to have a play date. Because if you know me, I love money being playful and joyful and easy. So we're going to have a play date, and what it's going to be is we'll either do tips, or there'll be a challenge, or maybe a teaching moment, or I'll invite a special guest. I've got a couple of guests lined up where we see where money intersects with something else. And so I've got a couple of things lined up over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm super excited about this. So the first one, I put out the questionnaire, and the tribe spoke, and they said that they wanted a treasure hunt. So here's where we are. So first of all, who has found money that they didn't know they had?
Me.
Yeah, brilliant. And how did it feel when you found it?
Yeah, happy. Relieved.
And it's such a, and you, Corinne, have you?
Yeah, I was just thinking there's actually been a couple of things when, there's been a couple of times when you think something and then you get an investment statement or something and it's more than you thought.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so the whole point of a treasure hunt is I love helping people see that you can find money in a bunch of different ways. And it starts building your money momentum and your sense of possibility. And a bit like Haiti and I were talking about before, is like you start going, oh God, I've got this money sitting around in a form that I'm not using. So how do I make it something that actually adds value to my life? So you'll see this elegant display behind me. And underneath here is what I found. There's something big and torturous. So let me see if I can do this without a disaster happening. Ta-da! So I wanted to fall off my chair. I wanted to take you through what I found and see if any of these are treasures that you might have. So the first up is what I call the obvious treasure. So I have a jar marked cumin, and in there I have coins. And this has been sitting in my cupboard. Every time I get like one of those crappy little copper pieces that nobody ever wants, I pop it in here. And I counted it up, and I've got 6 euros. Woo-hoo! So I absolutely smash it with that. So who has a coin jar, or maybe you've got some money that you've tucked aside in a pocket or a drawer that's just sitting there losing value and not getting you the coffee that you really need to be getting with it? Do you have one of those?
Yeah, 2.
All right, so maybe it's time to cash it in. I know it's time to cash it in. Next up, we have the category which is called the lazy treasure. So this is stuff that you put off. It's things like reimbursements and things to sell. So I had a look through my cupboard, and I've got a couple of medical bills that I need to put in for reimbursement. I thought I had one. I've actually got two, so that's a bit rubbish of me. So I've got reimbursements. I've got a pile of jigsaw puzzles there that I've been meaning to sell. I actually have a camera that I bought for a trip to Kenya 3 years ago. Used it on that trip, never used it again. And I've been saying for 3 years, I really need to sell that camera. So that's the second category. So do you think you've got any of this lazy treasure, the things that you need to follow up on, like your reimbursements or things that you've been meaning to sell for ages? Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you got?
Couple of bicycles that they've been in the garage for like ever. And I think they've been ridden on about 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, and they've still got the little rubber bits sticking out the tyres.
Oh, no. Oh, Christ. All right. What have you got, Katie? Kitty? I'm going to keep mixing it up now.
It was actually looking at some of my online accounts, and particularly my energy account, where there was a huge amount of money that sat there that could be sat in my bank account that's been sat in there. So I managed to get a refund out of them.
Like a prepayment or something?
No, it's just where you overpay in the summer. But the amount that was in there, I was thinking, I'm never going to get through that in winter. So I got a refund from that. Better in my bank account than theirs.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. Oh, there we go. So we've already got things that we're How much did you think you were going to have at the beginning of this? Were you aiming for your €50, and now you're like, ooh, we're gonna go nuts here. So the next category I call the forgotten treasure. So these are things like vouchers, loyalty points, foreign cash. So I had a little look around, and I have a cashback for like a loyalty cashback for an eSIM that I have, which was worth $11. I have an airline voucher, a loyalty voucher there for €164, which is just sitting there. I'm like, oh, where am I going to go on my next holiday? I found my grocery cards, which I know I've got about €50 of loyalty points on there, which I haven't cashed in for ages. I keep using my card and never cashing it in. I found some prepaid cards for the swimming pool, which I know is about €100 on there. So I need to get back into the pool or sell those to somebody. And the one that's a little bit scary is over here. I have all of my I've been on a holiday to Switzerland, and I've got 50 francs, which is about €50. Last time I went to Switzerland, that was 7 years ago. So I think it's time that I cashed that in. Like, Christ, what am I doing? And so the reason why I suddenly bumped up the amount that I had is I found this in my passport folder. So I have in my passport, I used to keep a couple of USD in there, like my emergency currency. And I've got a couple $100 in here, which is not worth a couple hundred anymore now because the US dollar keeps devaluing. And it was an emergency stash that I had when I was traveling a lot, because if you know me, I love to travel. And I went, oh, I need to do something with that. Like, finally, it was a bit embarrassing. So that one, when I was like, oh, I'm done, and then I went, oh shit, all the foreign money. So do you have anything that you can think of, like your vouchers, loyalty points, foreign cash that you've got sitting around your home?
Yeah. £45 in Tesco's vouchers.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's a good good effort at your shopping for the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually save it and get something that I wouldn't normally buy, you see.
Yeah. So we're saving it up rather than using it.
Yeah.
And Kitty, what have you got? Anything else? Anything coming to mind?
Yeah, £25 of Marx's vouchers that I completely forgot. They sent me ages ago.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting is also like if you get gift cards or anything for your birthday. I know I've got my friend who I always give him, or we always give him gift cards, and he always forgets about them. So we're like, that's cash it in. Otherwise, it's just a waste. Awesome.
Yeah.
So next up, I have a category which is called the genius treasure. And to represent that, I have a can of beans. Now, what I did is I went through my cupboard in the kitchen and through my freezer, and I went, I have a lot of food in there. And I've probably got enough that I could go a couple of weeks with what's just in there. So this is the symbol of what I'm going to be doing. I've set myself a challenge for the next week, which is to eat down what's already in my kitchen rather than going to the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I probably spend about €100 a week on groceries. And you know what? This week, I'm not going to spend any. Famous last words. So, do you have any genius treasure that comes to mind? Anything that, you've just got lying around the house that you could use rather than buying something new?
Well, I think I'd probably steal your idea because we're going on holiday next Monday and I'm going to use up everything that we have before we go.
Yeah. Need to do the same.
Yeah. And I'm going off to Australia at the end of the year, and I was like, okay, my aim is to have nothing in the cupboard, because last time I went away on a big trip, I got a big box and I gave it to my friend, and I thought, God, it's probably it's a lot of money that I'm giving to my friend in the form of groceries. I don't know if she used it or not, but yeah, may as well use it. Now I'm going to be way more strategic. So then you might have noticed something that's loitering in the background of all of this. And this I call my heavy treasure. So these are things that you get a burden from them. They take up your headspace. They make you feel guilty. Maybe they cost you money. And for me, that is my very beautiful, my very snazzy, my very expensive spin bike that I bought when I was going during COVID. And it's the kind of thing that I haven't used it for the last 2 years. It sits there, and every single time I go past it, I kind of kick myself, like, you're not using it, you're wasting money, it takes up space, it takes up physical space, it takes up head space, and it's also, if I could resell it, it would be, a fair chunk of money that comes into my pocket. So do you have anything that's like heavy treasure? And when I was thinking about this, the other thing that came to mind is my friend who has like a whole heap of storage units. So you're holding things and you're paying for the privilege of keeping things in there.
I don't think I've got anything.
Oh, good on you, because I'll tell you what, this is a bloody burden.
Yeah. We've got things from when we had a caravan, like a KDAC that we've used like a couple of times, and that's it, and it just sits there.
Yeah.
And all that sort of thing.
Yeah. And does it like this causes stress for me? Like, I don't know where to put it. I walk past it and go like, that's just another week that you've not bloody used it. What are you doing with this? So, yeah. So, yeah, it's time to let go of some of these. Stop it.
Excuse me.
So, based on my beautiful Price is Right display, do you think you would be able to find more money around your house or your home? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do know what you're saying about the spin bike. I can't think of anything I do have, but I know in the past I have done that. An impulse purchase, and then I've just gone past looking at it. I can't bear to look at it anymore, so I've hidden it. And then I might find it again. And I definitely have done that. And it's a horrible feeling to know that I spent a lot of money and it's just sat there gathering dust.
Yeah, yeah. And I loved it, and I used it a lot when I first got it. But now, you know, post-COVID, the gyms are open and I go to the gym, so I just don't use it here. So, like, where's the value? So we've gone on a treasure hunt, and there is something that I want to be really clear about. You know, we're not going to get rich doing this. You know, we might find €5, we might find €50, we might find 869 or whatever it was, €59. But and the other thing that I want to be really clear on is this is not about cutting out joy. I don't ever want you to feel restricted or give up something that you love. But what you can see here behind me, this is all stuff that I'm not using. There's no value to me. There's stuff I need to cash in. None of those things. And, you know, some of these are actually making me feel really bad about myself. So this is like how you can make money without like cutting joy. It's like, if anything, what this is going to do is it's going to free up space and it's going to free up headspace. A lot of what I see with this is there are quick wins in here. So it's about building momentum and realizing that you can find money anywhere, and sometimes more than you realized. And the other thing that I want to talk about is that this really surprised me. Like I'm doing this activity. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And doing it, I found that this wasn't just money. This was guilt, it was procrastination, and it was clutter. And it was like, if I get rid of this, what I'm doing is I'm making space for things that actually matter to me. I'm clearing up my headspace, I'm clearing up my physical space, and I'm clearing up my financial space. Like that reimbursement, which has been sitting there for 4 months. You know, I think really regularly, oh, I've got to do my reimbursement. You know what? I could bloody send it in and get it done with and get the money in my pocket, rather than the amount of energy that I give reminding myself that I need to do these things. So it's not just money that we're talking about here. We're talking about time, we're talking about joy, we're talking about energy, and obviously money. So what's coming to your mind when it comes to this, about the things in your life that are not just costing you, but also costing you your energy or your joy or your time? Does anything come to mind?
It's really interesting what you're saying, because I came across something today and it just like hit the nail. But it was about waiting, but it goes for clutter and holding on to things, is, you know, the same sort of concept. Waiting is an unconscious agreement with lack, and holding on to things is an unconscious agreement with lack as well.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
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 You think about it, you're holding on to this just in case, just in case, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
it's quite scary the way you get into it. And something quite recently that I realized I kept a load of baby clothes, way more than I should have, from my 3 daughters. And I kind of caught myself thinking, well, I was keeping it in case by the time they got around to having children, we couldn't, there wasn't anything decent about. What sort of mindset is that? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
You get into these thought patterns and things, and it's really very damaging.
Yeah, and we've gone into that sort of that lack and the scarcity that comes with that.
Yeah.
And and it's taking up space and it's taking up energy, and it's also like, if you actually stop and you think about it logically and you go, nobody's going to want 25-year-old baby clothes unless they're really good quality. No, clothes aren't designed to last that long.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. All right. Kitty, anything that's come to mind for you?
The main thing is just about me thinking about what I spend my hard-earned money on, and being careful and thinking about who am I buying this for? Why am I buying it? Is it something that I will absolutely treasure and love? Is it something I need? And it's just about me. The older I get, I want to retire in 9 years' time, and I've got to start thinking sensibly.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not just what you're spending on, but what you're preventing yourself from being able to do in the future as well there.
Yeah, just looking at stuff I've bought in the past and thinking, why the hell did I buy that? It's of no value. I don't like it. It's not pretty. It's not useful. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I've been an emotional spender.
I was just about to say that sounds like such an emotional spending thing, doesn't it? Like, and we all live, like, this is what marketing also teaches us, which is like, you deserve it. You've done this. You need this. It taps into all of that emotional stuff. So if you're already feeling it, you're going to buy it. And the thing, like, it's a tricky one, because as much as I sit here and go, my pile of guilt behind me, I don't believe in guilt. I don't want anyone to have guilt. But what I want to see is, like, thinking about money and not spending on shit we don't need, or if we have, rectifying it. Like, I love my jigsaw puzzles. I've done them all 3 times, but I'm never going to do them again. So it's time for me to maybe swap it out and find one that I love. I have a lot of jigsaw puzzles. And like, if I sold the spin bike, I'd be freeing up this space. But then I would also, like, have some money that I can put towards my holiday fund. I'm going to spend this money, no doubt about it. But I'm going to be spending it on something that's really giving me joy, rather than, like, letting it sit there and ferment. So I had a huge amount of fun doing this. Like, you might have, like, seen the sort of horror and embarrassment as I went through it, because it was just like, are you kidding me? There's more. So because of this, what I decided to do is I've decided to create a 21-day challenge. And what it is a 21-day treasure hunt. And every day for 21 days, you're going to get a clue, you're going to get something that you can look at, tick off, and then it's going to tally up and see how much you have saved by following these clues. And I'm going to do it myself, because, like, a lot of the things on the list are things that I'm like, time for you to do that. So I am going to share that in the group if you're interested in doing that. And it should all be fun, because like, the whole point of this is, let's use that money for something that we actually really care about, that makes our lives happy.
Yeah.
And Kitty's already in the Ignite Challenge, because where we're going with this is, it's not just this simple exercise to find money in places that we didn't know it exists. But in the Ignite Challenge, what we also do is we go through uncovering our sparks of treasure and rewriting our money story. So it's stuff like, why are we doing this emotional spending? Why do I feel like I need to hold on to something just in case? And rewiring those beliefs. So if you are interested in the Ignite Challenge, give me a shout, and anyone who's watching this on replay, they'll be going, this resonates, it's time.
Yeah.
So that is everything that I had on my agenda. And look at, oops, I've gone over by 3 minutes. So is there anything else you want to shout out when it comes to this, or are you feeling inspired and going, I'm not as bad as Jessica?
Yeah, it just makes money fun, because we're so caught up in thinking, oh God, but when you kind of flick the script, you just, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't want to be scared. About 20 years ago, when we first got married, I hated opening bills on my bank account. I don't want to feel like that. I want to actually go in and think, yes, I know what's going on, and it's okay.
Yeah. So you know what's going on, and you know what's important to you, and you're making thoughtful decisions, and making small decisions. I mean, this is what like First Spark is. It's what Ignite is. It's what the treasure hunt's going to be. It's all about these small steps that just get you going, okay, it's not going to be that difficult. It can be playful, like, hell, I want to go digging around and going, oh my God, that piece of paper that I haven't submitted is worth 60 euros.
Yeah.
And it's not a competition, but it is a tracker, and I would love you to actually share what you found, because I think that's what's so gorgeous about the Money Playground, is that we can then check, like, be inspired by each other. Because, like, even at the beginning of this, you guys are like, yeah, I don't have a lot, and now you're suddenly going, oh, I hadn't thought of that. So we can really help each other move forward with this as well, and realize that there is money around there, and it's not that scary. It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah. But that's it. We are so programmed that it's something scary, which makes you feel powerless.
Yeah.
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 And when you look at
sorry. And I have a whole theory on this one, and it is that, if it's like anything, it's like, if you can make it difficult enough or intimidating enough, you feel like you need to like get a financial advisor to explain something to you. But the thing is, they don't explain it to you, they do it for you. So you're still in the same situation of not understanding. And that's what I do with Definance. It is the complete opposite, is that everything that I do in Definance is about making people self-sufficient, so that you understand your money, you're thinking about it, you're thoughtful with it, and you're learning how to do things so that you can do it yourself without relying on someone else. And as much as anything, building up the confidence that it requires to be able to manage your money, because you can see this based on this conversation that we've just had, like it, but you're just like needing a couple of pointers and directions and the safe space to be able to ask these questions and talk about it. And that's what it's all about.
It is. You're not an accountant by any chance, are you?
Sorry?
You're not an accountant by any chance, are you?
I am an accountant. I'm a chartered accountant. And I'm also a European financial advisor. So, but I was explaining this to someone earlier today, which was even in my first job, I remember people saying to me, wow, you're the first accountant who I can actually understand. And I've said, you know, like, God, I could talk in debits and credits, but when you're like, it also confuses me. So why don't we just talk about higher expenses and lower expenses? Yeah. Why do we have to like use this secret language and make everything more complicated? Because especially when you're talking to your business partners who are non-finance people, you know, you're just making everyone's life difficult if they can't understand you and they avoid you because they find you scary or challenging. And that's what I brought into this now, which is just let's strip away all of that jargon and all of that stress and do it in a way that just makes sense. Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, let's wrap it up and have a fabulous, fabulous evening. Next week, I'll be posting this on the Money Playground, and next week we'll be doing, actually, I'm going to keep it a secret. And I'll be sharing the treasure tracker with you because I want to see how you go over the 21 days.
Lovely.
Massive. All right. Have a fabulous evening, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks ever so much. That was really good fun.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jessica. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.